Hello all, in today's video we're going to talk about my favorite time of the year in EverQuest, probably when I played the most, believe it or not, even more so than I typically do, and that's anniversary time. Alright, so it's going to be lots of talking, so take notes or whatever as we go. We look at the test notes right now, starting March 16th. Seek out Alta the Frightened in Crescent Reach for 25th anniversary quests. So while in game, if you do slash calendar, anniversary time starts the 16th, which is going to be, oddly enough, a Saturday. 16th was when EverQuest originally launched, so that's why that date every year. If we look at the bonuses from previous years, we will begin. Sorry about that. Um, EXP bonus on the 16th till the 31st. So we got good 2 weeks there. And then for Easter, it will pick up again another 50% and rare and faction bonuses. So great time to get your hunters done for expansions and factions. I would say like Dark Light for the clickies, um, some other stuff like Plane of War, or even older quests like for druids and shamans pre-coronation stuff. Not a bad time to do that as well. So for the next 2 months, March and April, lots of stuff to do. Really, really, really good time to build out new characters. I say personas possibly as well. Persona's definitely been getting better. I'm personally not sold on it, and that's just because I have access to a lot of classes. So if I wanted a certain class, I'd just load it. But anyway, that's not for everybody. Um, Really, really good time if you're coming back to the game. Took a break from it. Going to be lots of opportunities that we're going to talk about in a second, and of course the anniversary quests and things like that. So look forward for 2 months of bonuses coming up. Okay, let's go over the patch notes a little bit more because some of this stuff does pertain to anniversary stuff. Reduce the price and amounts for anniversary merchants. So those were pretty high. I definitely admit it. Like if you grind it away, you might get one per year. So they did that. Bunch of pet increases, the non-focus ones. That's kind of meh, but something. Dragon Horde. This one, I don't like it. Double the maximum numbers of players allowed per zone for uh, picks, pick zones. So some of the zones, like woods, is really, really big, and the threshold is really, really, really high, and you're never gonna get a pick now at that point. And there's really maybe three, four camps that are reasonable in that zone. So this one, not a big fan of that. But anyway, let's talk about the anniversary stuff now. So we did the bonuses, EXP changes. So we're going to talk about this nerf, so to speak. Basically, what they did recently here in the December update is put a level cap of 200 maximum EXP that you could gain from a single source. So we all know TOV, TOL, and LS are expansions, level up expansions, where if you were to do achievements, whether it be Hero, Paragon, Mercenary, all those guys, and Partisan, you get a big EXP boost. Um, TOV specifically, we're talking about, let's say you were level 100, you did Gricklin, the EW mission, you would get like 4 levels or something like that. Well, not anymore. So starting since December, the max you can earn is 200 percent. So basically 2 levels. So if you are leveling up, you need to adjust it. You can't just do the missions and get like 7, 8 levels anymore with the bonuses. 200, 2 levels max per. So for sure, you're going to need to do TOV quests, all of them. And then basically, if you do all the quests, get champion and paragon for the level up expansions, you will level up and max level. So it's not horrible, just a little bit more work to do. So this is the only negative thing I'm going to be saying right now about this is the two level cap, and that really will impact the TOV expansion. The rest of the ones you didn't really get more than that, so don't worry about that. Okay, fun stuff. My checklist. I still have it updated, um, and we're gonna just go year by year and talk about. And these are the things that I feel are important. All these things that I have up here, I'll put links in the description. So always check the descriptions of my videos, and there you go. Okay, last year. We got an NPC giver in Crescent Reach that's going to give you the Type 18 Alkalite Sandalinial Logs. So if you saw my video earlier, it talks about the best AUG slots and such. So this one is going to replace TBL AUGs. The three main ones that you're going to want is Attacker, Enhancement, and Casting Ice. These are the big ones. All the other ones I don't consider great. But if some folks find uses, that's great. But this mission, basically, you clear it to the end, and then you have a chance at one AUG at random. It will take you time to farm all the AUGs that you want. So do this as often as you can if you need the AUGs. This is going to be the best Type 18 AUGs for the TBL or NOS line of AUGs. If that sounds a little confusing, I did make a video explaining all the Type 18, 19 AUGs. I'll put a link in the description again, but this is a must for folks that are still using the earring, cloak, or neck. 23rd anniversary, we have the um, proc AUGs, which is not bad, but getting a little dated as it gets older. Still not horrible. You don't need to do Challenger to get proc AUGs from this one, so that's decent. This Spirit of Loss, big, 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 big. Every month, every expansion, there's always gonna be collects. The Spirit of Loss is the lost clicky, like to find collects. Special shout out to Rashad from CN on Drenell. He said, remind you to get this. So this is your reminder. Get it. Because doing collects without this, especially in large zones, really bad. This one must, 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 must. And it is heirloom. So what you could do is do it on your main characters. You only get one per mission. So do it on your main character, throw it in share bank, pass it off to whichever old character. Like almost every single character on my main accounts has it. So not hard. I did a video when it first came out, and I think I died in it. It's not going to be hard anymore. All right, 22nd anniversary is going to be the feather. Again, this is a huge one. Um, get it because this is better than the horn, and they could be used in different timing. They're on the same buff line, so you can't use them at the same time. But if you coordinate with your group, this is really good. And these AUGs that come from it, the Copper Reflector Droughtness or Brilliance, are still used. So, and I believe it could be used in primary or secondary as well. So, not horrible stat AUGs. If you don't have these, definitely get it done. This is another mission where it's random if the name spawns to get the AUGs, and you may get the wrong AUG. So definitely you will take time to get your tunes this. So this is another one that you want to do as often. And then they did something a little screwy with the request timers and all that such, so you can't flip it anymore. Next is going to be 19th anniversary. We got the Black Pearl, which is like a charm AUG, still decent, worth the time, especially for if you have some boxes and such that don't have great AUGs. Then we have the Bone Rod, which is the fishing one. This one I like a lot because it's the highest fishing mod in the game, and it is also tradable. So if you're a little tight on cash or something like that, make a lot of these. All right, just trade them off, put them on merchants, whatever. And when anniversary's over, just throw them in the bazaar for some ridiculous amount because chances are there are going to be some people like, oh crap, I need this, and easy money. So there's that. You farm a lot of those if you can. Dart Caverns collector's case, largest collection case in the game. do it because why not? I love if you position the bags correctly, how auto sort and always put collects in the bag in there, the top. And the tent. The tent is still one of the best trophies. Keep in mind, when it comes to personal trophies, you get four by default and additional four slots if you do the expansion COTF and up for the next four. Those will unlock, so you could have a total of eight. And the tent is still considered one of the top eight. Next is going to be the raid, Hate Fury raid. This one is not something groupable yet. Well, maybe single group at this point. Probably if you're beefy. It has some really decent clickies, like one of the best DPS clickies for casters to use in between spell casts. So still useful, and more than likely I'm going to be doing this with my guilds on whatever servers. So that one is still good. Next, Stein. I use this religiously. This is definitely a big one for everybody. It's one of the fastest casting, brings you to POK, great meeting point right where the old man is. Super easy to do. You get drunk, you talk to an NPC, you can skip all the quest. Once you get the quest itself, you go into the boat, the Abysmal Sea, make your hotkeys. Everything is set up if you pull it up and there, follow the script, hit the buttons at the right time, you get it. Super easy, super useful. Even if you're a gating class, you should still get it because it's a great escape. Like if imagine you're in raid and oh crap, we're wiping, and you just want to get the hell out. Just click it. You're good. Next is going to be cleansing rod. It's a not bad. I mean, it's getting dated again, but it's easy to get, and why not? It could cure yourself. Next is Necrotic Bone. This is just another DPS clicky. Honestly, it's still decent for casters. I would not use it for melee. Melee is definitely a DPS loss. But for casters, if you could time it in between spell casts, maybe. That's a question mark. But still, clickies are fun. Why not get it? But again, melee, don't spam this. That's a DPS loss for sure. Golden Helm. This for sure is outdated, but you may not have the best trophies, so it's okay filler, but certainly not something you're going to be keeping long term if you play the game out through. This one, the Necrotic Papers. This is my sleeper one that got way better this expansion. Like super useful. And that's going to be for the uh, raid. Hold on. Let me pull up Gina real quick. So for artisans, I believe it is the sticky TikToker. This is the one where you need an enchanter to spam like mass group buff an old rune or people cast some self runes, things like that. So if enchanter is dead or something like that, diplomatic papers will work for that AE. I believe it depends on your DPS, but if it's pretty reasonable, you'll get, that sticky talker thing three times, maybe two or three times. So this will cover one. Another ones will be like Mother's Love and such. That's gonna be coming out soonish. So all those like little baby rune things are actually more useful now, this expansion. So diplomatic papers, if you're a current raider, you want this because you never know when you're gonna need it for that raid. So get it, get it, get it, get it. This is a must again for current raiders. Uh, don't forget it. Next, war games. Plane of War mission. The augs that come from it are outdated, so don't even care about that. But the blood metal inlaid Nolish totem. If you go in game, let me see if I got a character in game. Go to special tabs, items, no fortitude. And basically, this is free AC. If you look on my spreadsheet, I have a video on best way to evolve it. So get it to the highest tier, like watch the video, and get your free AC. And people say, is this a tank thing? I mean, it's passive for everybody. AC is always nice. And you're like, but I'm a caster. I don't get hit off it. It's free. Do it. There's no other reason. Like, we play this game on, basically it's wasting time, right? So to justify gains, just do it. It's not bad. Next is the horn, which is very similar to the feather, just less stats. Still useful in a group of six if everyone is rotating their horns and feathers, timing it, not overriding each other. Great things. Next thing is the bottle of Essence of Vex. This is a cone area effect. DPS, again, this is a DPS loss. Do not click it. Casters, questionable at this point with the cast time on it and everything. But it's a free clicky DPS, so one of those things nice to have in your bag in case you're farming great cons or something. Not a bad thing. Then later in the anniversary time, we have the legacy stuff, the older things like the Fabled and stuff like that. So there's the Tower Frozen Shade raid, the Augs and stuff like that's pretty dated, but the ornament is not bad. Right. Next is going to be the collapsible bore. And you guys could just go now. I don't want to waste people's time about this, but there's some Fable items that are still kind of useful for clickies and things like that. So you take a look at that yourselves. So on EQ resources right now, it's showing that we're going to get 2 new quests and 1 mission over there. So when it releases, for sure, I'll be camping out in Crescent Reach the day before, and I'll try and pump out videos for the 3 group content things as quick as possible. There are some things that I cannot discuss from our CRC Discord, but what I could say is there will definitely be things for raiders as well that will interest you. So it's going to be a really fun time and active time for everybody in Everquest. Let's see what else to talk about. There was something else. Well, I think that's it then. Like, I know there was something I wanted to mention, but totally having a mind blank from just talking so much straight. So that's it for now. Oh, I remember that. Sorry. It's the Tower of Tides thing. That's another thing that folks will need to focus on. The group gear is actually going to be phenomenal. It's going to be as good or better than Lorien's Song player made stuff and way easier to get. Like if you look at some of the stats and things like right now, the mask doesn't have luck on it, but I was told that it will have luck. So those gears will be worth getting if you're a group gear player. And as far as raiders are concerned, the Augs are going to be decent. Like pretty worth it getting. Like if you look at it right now, there's one AUG that's like 95 AC and usable in the charm slot, and so, some strength and 17 to all on the other heroic. So not horrible. I mean, the Pearl might be comparable, less AC, but the Tower Tides don't neglect it. Take a look at it every month. The way those work is the first of every month we get collects, and then on patch day we get a new floor to do stuff. And the floors stay, the keys stay, so you could repeat those to farm currency for gear. All right, so that's my test prep video for anniversary. Again, it starts on the 16th. Make sure you get your overseers ready to get the bonuses and things like that. And good luck, and message me if you guys have any questions. Watch out for the videos on the 16th. I will get those done in the morning. Thanks all. Bye bye.